Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Thanks for being here. Like, share, subscribe. Y'all know the drill. If you're here, get those likes button up and show support to the show. As always, I will be sure to acknowledge all super chats. And you can show support to the show through Venmo, Cash App, Shea Sade. Support your favorite content creators, guys. Y'all already know the drill. Anyway, so I'm excited about today's conversation. I had the opportunity to interview with a lovely woman from the Philippines last week named Sharon, and we had a really, really good conversation just about the whole topic about the passport bros and just a bit of the war that's been going on online between women in the East, Asian women in the West, and some of the different things that's been going on back and forth. And so we had a great conversation, guys. I actually shared the interview to that on the community tab. Be sure that you check it out. And I wanted to bring her on to continue this conversation and have her share a little bit more of her story and also share what she's noticing in the Philippines, just regarding dating and mating, and especially as it relates to the passport bros and the growing exodus of men leaving America, going abroad to places like the Philippines to find traditional women. So without further ado, I'm going to bring her on and we are going to have this conversation. Okay, it looks like I know internet connection can be a little sketchy, but she'll be joining us shortly. Again, guys, if you're here, like, share, subscribe. You guys know the drill. You know the drill. Also, real quick, I did want to acknowledge I saw a Cash App come through yesterday, I think from a Maurice. So thank you, Maurice, for the Cash App. I really appreciate it. Okay, there you are. Okay, let's see. It looks. I don't know what's going on with the internet. You cut out for a second, so let me know if you can hear me. You can see me.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
I hear you and I see you.
Okay. All right. Well, again, thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out, taking your time out of your busy schedule, I'm sure, to hang out with us in the States. So, do you want to introduce yourself to the audience? Just let them know a little bit about yourself, your story, and how you made it to YouTube.
Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Sharon Cavalier, and then my YouTube channel is Sharon Lapu-Lapu because I am living and I grew up in Lapu-Lapu City, and I am 41 years old, widow, and I have 15-year-old daughter. And I starting YouTube because my friend told me that why you should not create YouTube, and then speaking about what happened to your environment, especially the way of living, traditional history, and then cooking, and about Filipino culture, attitude, and about Filipina women. And then at the same time helping, I want to share also that I would like, because mostly I saw some foreigner who was in the bad Filipinas, so I would like to help them, to give an advice, to give the red flag that that woman is scammer or not. So I also create this channel for to help foreign or Western men.
Okay, so you said you started it as a way to kind of share your experience, your culture to the world, and then also as a way to offer femininity advice to Western women.
Yes.
Am I clear? Okay, so how has that gone? Have you seen Western women from America flock to your channel, appreciate your advice, be open-minded, or have you gotten criticism?
So far,
Looks like you're cutting out again.
okay, but I saw some channel, the channel of Please Act Right and Raul's channel, and then at the same time, and other Filipina channel, Filipina P, and also Re Beauty.
Uh-huh.
I saw that they show a video from Western woman who criticized Filipino woman, and then so far there was one of my subscriber. I think she is a Western woman, and
Okay.
then she messaged on my comment that Thank you for all the advice, because I slowly learn the Filipino culture, and then it very big help for relationship with my companion.
Okay, you said there's one woman from the West, I'm
Yes.
assuming maybe the
Yes.
United States or Europe, who commented on your channel and said that your advice was actually good. So she
Yes.
was appreciative of your femininity advice. Okay, well
Yes.
that's positive. Now I know during our conversation, our live last week, you had mentioned some of the negative feedback that you got and some of the stereotyping that women from the West were actually heaping on you, or things that they were saying about Filipinas, like they're gold diggers, or they're uneducated, that men are taking advantage of them, different things of that nature. So I don't know if you had maybe wanted to respond to some of those different critiques, or respond to some of the different stereotypes that were being made about your culture. Looks like
Okay.
you.
Yes. Okay. I saw and other YouTube channel that Western woman say to the Filipino woman, uneducated, and then especially Golddigger, and then desperate. But actually, it's not true. Maybe there are some Filipina, because I know the other Filipina. Maybe there are some Filipina who are a gold digger, but not all. And then saying uneducated, it's not true. Maybe there are some Filipina woman or Filipino people who doesn't go to school, but mostly the parents now here in the Philippines, education is very important to us, because our parents, even they don't finish high school, or even they don't go to college, but they do their best for their children to be finished on school, because they don't want that their children will become like them, that no not finish on high school. So here our parents do their best, even poor people, they do their best for to send their children to school. So even we are just only secondary, I mean high school graduate, it's enough for us, because we can find a job, and then we can speak English, but I mean we can speak English but not fluently, but we do our best to try to communicate, and then answer the question, and communicate in English.
Okay, so you're saying, okay, so education is a big deal for the
Mm,
culture in general. It sounds like for men and for
yes.
women. Now,
Mm,
with that said, because it's funny you say that, education I think is highly valued out here, also in the West, especially among women. And some of the major, I guess, excuses or arguments that I hear is that women who focus on their education really don't have time for relationships or careers. So in the Philippines, the women who pursue education, do they have that same issue, or are they able to pursue an education and still be a more traditional woman?
they do that both together. They are traditional, and at the same time they go to education also, and then even they go to university, and then even they have boyfriend, but they focus on their studies, and then at the same time they have boyfriend, but they don't do anything, so focus until they finish school, because there are some Filipino women, they said, okay, we must focus first to our studies. We are just in relationship, but we must focus to finish our studies. And then when we will become finish our studies, we can continue our relationship. And then um, at the same time, they are traditional also Filipina.
Okay, so basically, it sounds like women can do both, or they can multitask. They can actually go to
Yes.
school and be in a relationship, so they
Yes,
don't have
because
to.
yeah, because here, mom, sometimes people said that to be in a relationship, or to have boyfriend, it seems like, okay, we do, or we study, I mean we focus our relationship, because there are some Filipino women that in relationship it seems like it's inspiring or inspirational, so it's inspired them, they feel inspiration.
Okay, and you're saying like you're saying they feel inspiration to be in relationships through school, or you're talking about like seeing women go to school and have careers inspires them to want to do the same.
Okay, inspire to have boyfriend and to have
Oh,
especially to have boyfriend and to their parents also.
okay. They're inspired. Okay.
Mhm.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Guys, for those
Yes.
of you who are on, get that like button. Show support to the show. I'm here with a special guest, Sharon, and she is just talking about her experience as a Filipino woman. And we're also talking about just a few trending topics that have been going on around this whole topic of the passport bros, and more specifically, the mass exodus of American men and Black American men who were going to the Philippines to find traditional wives. So, okay, so you made some interesting points about women being inspired to actually get into relationships. I'm curious. You did this video, and I may actually you did this video, and I think this was in response maybe to some negative pushback that you got from
Yes.
American women. But in this video, you actually gave some pointers on not only why American women are failing, but perhaps how they could do better. So I want to play a little bit and get your feedback, and then yeah, unpack this a little bit because I thought you actually made some interesting points in there. Let me see if I can bring this up really quick. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can go to the part where you start to give feedback. Okay, you guys. So here she's again kind of responding to some of the negative pushback that was given regarding the passport bros and the different shaming tactics and the way that some women, some Black women out here just were basically throwing Asian women under the bus, or throwing Filipino women under the bus, and saying all these egregious things about them, not really understanding their culture. So this is her response to some of that negative feedback, and she also gives some pointers on how to help make men happy. And I think it's raises some interesting points. So let me pull this up, and I'll play some of it. Actually, let me go back here. Okay.
Thank you for supporting to my channel, and please click the notification bell to be alerted when I post a new video. So the title of this video is Please Act Right number 7, The Mass Exodus to Philippines Continues. Today's episode is number 7 in my Please Act Right series. Those of you who really follow my channel should be aware of the series. In fact, my series actually was noticed by the famous and popular vlogger, Please Act Right himself. He in turn issued a video recognizing me and Filipina P for our response to the Passport Brothers Exodus and associated drama. Moreover, he visited the Philippines and granted me an interview in which he turned the interview on me. His name is Raul, and he really pours it on the sisters. For those of you with suspicious mind, we didn't hook up as he disappeared into the sunset after the interview. Now, in today's episode, I will continue my efforts and message to Western women to stop hating the Filipina and characterizing us, but see us as the model of a companion that they should emulate. Here are my 14 heartfelt recommendations and advice to Western women. Number 1, stop blaming Filipina and other Asian women in general for your ineptitude and unwillingness to be open-minded.
Okay. You went in on the Western woman right there. My goodness. So you have, okay, so you have to, point number one, you said, okay, here is the advice to Western women. First of all, stop blaming us for being undesirable women. That's basically what I got from that. I don't know if you want to expound upon that. But I thought, I mean, that was a pretty good clapback. Are you there? I think you cut out a little bit. Can you hear me? Okay. I know the internet's been a little tricky today. So whenever you come back, I will have you weigh in. But shout out to Cecile did that with the oh my gosh, $299.99 on the super chat. Thank you so much for that generous donation. I had to bring back Uncle for that one. Okay, so it looks like she dropped off a bit. I do know that internet's been a little bit sketch, so she'll bear with me. But guys, so far, basically what we're doing is we're going over this whole topic, right, of the passport bros and some of the different pushback, right, and some of the different negativity that has been thrown not only towards the passport bros, but specifically towards the women that they are visiting. Asian women have been thrown under the bus, from Western women being called gold diggers, being called uneducated, being called illiterate, all these negative things. And so Asian women obviously are coming in their defense and trying to set the record straight that no, they are women who are just as capable, and also coming back and really expressing and showing why these men are inconveniencing themselves, leaving their own homeland to go to other countries just to find a wife. And so this is where we are at currently. I think while I'm waiting for her to come back, I'll just play the rest of the video. But so far, the first point that because she laid out 14 ways that basically a Western woman can do better. The first point she laid out was stop blaming us for your failures, basically. Stop blaming us for being women who can't attract or keep your men around. That was her first point. So we're going to move on to another one, the rest of the points. And then when she joins, I'll allow her to weigh in a little bit more detail.
And confirm as traditional woman. Number 2, try a little less French fries, mashed potato, sweet potato pie, and fried foods. And eat more healthy foods to lose weight and be more attractive to your partner. Number 3, be proactive and prepare his coffee, tea, beer, or cocktails in advance, along with his favorite snacks. Number 4, know and learn his favorite television program, sports team, and activities.
Shots fired. Okay, so she's back. Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Oh wait.
Sorry, I have connection.
No worries. I know internet's a little can be a little sketchy sometimes. So all good. So shots fired. That's all I'm gonna say. You started off by saying that don't be mad at us, basically, that your men don't find you desirable enough to marry. Shots fired. That's all I can say. I don't know if you have anything else that you want to add to that. Or I mean, I guess the question would be different men who are coming over from America, from Europe, from the West in general. Are they complaining to you ladies? Are they telling you the different things that they're having to experience?
Yes, here there are some, especially foreign I mean, foreign, a Western man, sometimes they told to me and they messaged me that, what you advise is nice because there are some Western men who come over here because they are overload that the Western woman, how to treat them. So they come over here for them to release their stress.
Okay, so you're saying these are you've talked to, witnessed multiple different men coming over to relieve the stress of the experiences that they've had with women in the West or women in the nation they're coming from.
Yes, they send me message and Facebook.
Whoo! You said messages on Facebook?
Yes, because
Oh,
I
man.
have private message. I mean, I have private Facebook and I have Facebook for my subscribers. So yeah, they send message to me that yeah, we pack our clothes and going to Philippines or going to Asian country because we are in overload and then we are stressful how the other Western woman treat us, not inequality. Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, so you're hearing these complaints from different men who are basically coming
Mm.
over to your country to find a sense of reprieve or to find a sense of solace from whatever they're experiencing out here. And then you start getting backlash. You start getting backlash from the women from those countries. And so
Yes.
yeah, your response is, well, don't blame us for the fact that your men don't feel comfortable with you. Figure out how to treat your own men and they won't be here. And you know what? Honestly, I'm thinking I say shots fired, but it's like I've said the same thing and I continue to say the same thing. My main argument is women out here who are women of quality will stand out like a sore thumb in the midst of a culture like this where being a wife or being a traditional woman isn't really valued, where what's being promoted is being a 3 or 4 or just being very promiscuous. So I'm like, women who are different than that and have a different caliber and spirit about them shouldn't be threatened by men going abroad because they'll already have their husband, right? Or they'll have men who are looking for them because
Yes.
it is like right now you're going to be like, water in the desert out here, So I really don't think this concerns women who are happy, who are content, who are looking to be self-reflective, who are looking to be better women, to grow in their femininity, to grow in their relationship with God, with the men around them. It doesn't affect them. I've found personally that it really impacts women who don't want to do that. I get pushback all the time because of some of the different things that I say that would require a woman to take a critical lens. So I could only imagine. I could only imagine what you guys heard. Shout out to you. It says in tech with the 5. It says planning my trip to the Philippines soon. I am 24, so the young men are leaving too. So soon they will be a shortage of men in 5 to 10 years. Shout out to you. It's like you have a visitor coming, Sharon. Okay, so let me go back a little bit. There were a few other points that you mentioned. I just want to get your feedback on. So let's, again, guys, if you're here, hit that like button, like, share, subscribe. Y'all know the drill.
Foods and eat more healthy foods to lose weight
Oh, let me go back here.
a little less
Sorry. Okay.
for your ineptitude and unwillingness to be open-minded and confirm as traditional woman. Number 2, try a little less French fries, mashed potato, sweet potato pie, and fried foods. And eat more healthy foods to lose weight and be more attractive to your partner.
Again, shots fired. Literally shots fired. Those are fighting words. Hey, those right there are literally fighting words. That is the definition of a cat fight. When you tell a woman in the West that in order to get men who are going to be attracted to her, that she might try to present a certain way, that is seen as incredibly offensive. It can be seen as fat phobic. It can be seen as disrespectful, as misogynistic. women don't really like to be critiqued for their looks or their appearance out here. Now my question to you, one, is in the Philippines, are women generally more open to criticism about their appearance? Is that normal for your mom to say you're too overweight, or you're too, I don't know, you don't smile enough, or you don't do your hair? Like, is that okay?
No, here it's not okay. There is negative and positive for that, because
Okay.
there are some, okay, for the negative, there are some people when they saw a fat woman, they say that, oh, she is fat. That's all. But about the parents, they will do their best to give a right food to their children. And then sometimes they make a joke, but they make a joke so that the people or the person doesn't offend what they're saying. So sometimes they said, oh, you are fat, you need to go to gym or to make an exercise. So that's what. And then they realize also, because there are some Filipino women are body conscious.
Okay.
And then, yeah, body conscious. And then if they want to the reason also, especially couple and then married, they want their they are body conscious, because sometimes there are some Filipino men that if they saw that their companion are fat, so they would like to have a look to another sexy girl. So that's why there are some Filipino women who are body conscious and then making exercise. That's why right now I think more often there are so much Filipina who are going to Zumba, because they
Oh,
want to
okay.
lose their weight. Yeah, and mostly it happened inside the mall, or they create a venue in the park. So they create a Zumba, and then there are some couple or woman join the Zumba, so for them to lose weight.
Okay, so you would say that so you would say in general that there are some Filipinas who are weight conscious, but generally there's more of a pressure to try to stay fit
Mm.
for
Yes.
yourself, for a potential mate. Now, so I'm wondering, do you guys have the equivalent of a fat positive or a body positive movement where basically overweight people or people who are obese are pushing to be seen as sexy or desirable? Do you guys have that in the Philippines?
No, we don't have here. So yeah, because there are some fat women, they don't care, or they ignore what other people saying that they are fat, so they ignore it. But mostly we don't have criticism here for fat people.
Okay. Okay. So no criticism, but
No.
it is generally understood that leaner women or women who are considered to be of a healthier weight are going to get more prospects from men.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we think also that maybe it's their family genes that they are fat.
Yeah, no, genes can definitely play a part to an extent. I'm like, I don't think there's
Yes.
any genes out there that make it to where you're gonna be 200 pounds, 300 pounds overweight. Like I that's not genes. Maybe a couple of pounds here or there, maybe the shape of your belly, yeah. But there's no genes that say you gotta be obese and can't walk. Like that's not genes. That's just a person not maybe having control of their eating habits or something else going on. Okay, so let me continue playing. So you said your advice to Western women then is to just eat less fatty foods and to be in shape. And based upon the different
Yes.
conversations you've had with men who've complaining, that's what they told you.
Yes, and then because mostly Western women really like to order food online, pizza, something, but they prefer to buy food outside, or order food online. But here in the Philippines, we don't do it often, because we prefer to cook at home, and then eat at home than to order. And then we just only, if we would like to eat pizza, we will go to pizzeria place or order, but we don't eat pizza mostly 3 times a week, maybe one time a month, or 2 times a month. But mostly we cook here at home, and then Filipino dish.
Okay, so you're saying primarily cooking is still a huge part of the
Yes.
culture. Eating out is not. So do you guys have the equivalent of like an Uber Eats or a DoorDash or a
We have Grab here, but
okay.
mostly Grab food, and then if the people have busy and then they are finished to eat a lunch or dinner and then they are still starving, they want to eat hamburger, it was the time that they order, but mostly it will not happen often for to order and online and fast food.
Now, curious, is cooking oppressive to Filipino women?
Yes, we love to cook.
So you love to cook. You don't
Yes,
okay. I use the
we
word
love to cook. Mhm.
I use the word oppressive. Oppressive here is some women think that cooking is like slavery or that it is negative, it's bad, it's harmful to them. That's something out here in the West that goes around.
No, here cooking is not. We don't think cooking here is slavery. No, we are happy to cook, and then actually we try to teach to our children how to cook. Especially my daughter, I teach my daughter how to cook rice when she was 9 years old, and then after, I asked her to have a look when I cook some dish like Filipino, like pork adobo or chicken adobo or pork afritada or something. She likes to see me cooking because she really wants to learn it. And then cooking here, it's our we love cooking. And then we love also to cook to our companion because we are happy. We feel so happy when we will cook for our companion and for our family.
Okay. No, I agree. I love cooking too. So I agree with that. I see no problem with that, but I just know that not everybody out here obviously is of agreement. Okay, let me continue. I know you had some other advice to the lovely ladies out here.
Number 3, be proactive and prepare his coffee, tea, beer, or cocktails in advance, along with his favorite snacks. Number 4,
Okay, so help me understand that a little bit. So you're where'd you go? Sorry. Okay. So this recommendation you're saying that is this like as for packing lunch for your significant other, maybe when they're waking up in the morning? Help me understand what you mean by that.
Okay, here in the Philippines is when there will be somebody who wake up so early, it was her or it was him who prefer the breakfast, like boiling water to put in the pot, and then so that the other member of the family, when they wake up, they make a coffee. But mostly there are some family member can ask, okay, could you make my cup of coffee? And then for our companion, it's our tradition to serve or to take good care of our companion, and every morning we cook a dish or we make coffee for our companion, and then put the meal or put if they would like, because there are some Filipino people want to eat rice and fish during breakfast, so we will cook that and then put the meal on the table so that our companion can eat just only eating, and then after pick the plate and put it into the kitchen and wash. So that's what we called it. That's what we did here, even lunch. And then our companion also, when they watching television or they are sitting, and then their wife served them coffee, or if the companion said, or the husband said, could you make a cup of coffee with me, I mean for me, so the wife will do the coffee and put it on the chair or the place where the companions sit. Because me, I did it with my husband when my husband was here during last 2014. When I wake up so early, I prepare breakfast, and then when he came downstairs, the breakfast is ready, and then I prefer his coffee. He didn't touch anything on the cup because I put the cup, pour warm water or hot water, and then make his coffee, and then toast a bread, and then even for to put the jam on the bread, I did it. And then it's the same also when he was in front of his computer working. So I asked him, would you want some drinks? So he want to stand up, but I said, no, you don't need to stand up. Just stay there. I serve your coffee, or if you want coffee or Coke or something, water, I serve. So that's what we do here. And then we are happy to doing that to our companion.
Okay, interesting. So basically what you're saying is like it seems like it's just a joy. It is a joy to serve your husband, to serve your man. You see it as a joy. You take a lot of pride in it. So
Yes.
maybe whether that's getting up in the morning to help prepare breakfast for him before he goes to work. If he's working from home, maybe getting him some coffee or some tea to help him focus. But just helping to make his life a little easier as he's working hard. And this is something that is done regularly and not seen as a burden.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's great. Again, guys, if you're on here, hit the like button, like, share, subscribe. I'm having a conversation here with the lovely Sharon. We're talking about a couple of things. You guys know the Pastor Bros conversation has been a topic of conversation the last couple of months, really. And recently there was some pushback that some different Asian women were getting just regarding who they were. We had different women from America. You had different Black women calling them all kinds of names and just making different assumptions about them. So I had a chance to talk to her last week on her live, and we had a great discussion just about her culture and just about what she has seen and has heard from different Passport Bros who have actually spoken to her. So we're continuing that conversation. She's giving me her point of view, and I think especially ladies, take notes. I mean, at the end of the day, this may be uncomfortable or this may make us angry, but it's like at the end of the day, if men are leaving to go to other places to get treated a particular way, then you should know why. If you actually do want to get married, if you do want to have a man, you should know what your competitors are doing. So take note, use this to your advantage. Try to, swallow your pride. This doesn't need to be an attack. I just think at this point, we really should be taking notes. That's how I'm looking at it. If you are not happy with your results, then listen to the women who are getting the results that you want. So let's continue. I know you have a few other pointers there.
Know and learn his favorite television program, sports team, and activities, and watch the game or TV show with him, showing and displaying genuine interest. Number, please act right. Number 7.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I think I accidentally hit. Where'd we go? Sorry about that.
6, don't ensure his input.
Okay,
and learn his favorite television program.
Sorry about that.
Sports team and activities, and watch the game or TV show with him, showing and displaying genuine interest.
Okay, so you're actually saying, so you're watching the game with him. You're sitting down, you're watching, whether it's basketball or football or soccer, you're watching the game with him.
Yes.
And are you also serving? Are you also, whether it's helping to prepare food, making sure maybe he has this, I don't know. I mean, it'd be chicken wings out here. I don't know what you serve out in the Philippines.
Yes. When our companion watching their favorite games like basketball or something, so we can watch with them, beside them together, and then after, because we have work to do, so we serve drinks while they are watching. We serve drinks to them, and then at the same time we just say, okay, I'm just need to move, because you can continue to watch, but if I have time, I can watch a little bit on that, but our priority is to work inside the house. But we have interest if what what our companion interests on the show, basketball, so we can have a look at it, but without any saying that no, that's episode is not good, I don't like it. No, we support if what our companion likes.
So you're not bickering or fighting over
No.
the next television show, the next movie. You're watching whatever he wants to watch.
Yes.
Okay. And if you like, is it the expectation that you will watch whatever game or important game to him? Or is it a big deal if you're like, okay, no, I'm going to go cook something, or I'm going to go, like, are you expected to actually watch his favorite movies with him?
No, we actually like to watch what is his favorite movie, because we would like to see it also what happened, or especially basketball. We like also saying basketball, and then mostly when my husband was here, he saw some news, so I like to watch CNN news because it's very interesting, and then at the same time football. And then mostly it happened, yeah, football. We have no complaint if what our companion watching, no complaint. We can watch, and then we can enjoy watching also.
Okay, so you'll enjoy watching whatever he wants to watch.
Yes.
Okay. I'm sure all the men agree with that, and I'm sure there's a lot of women in the comments who disagree with that. But like I said, love it or hate it, ladies, just take notes, listen, and then, eat the meat, spit out the bones. If it don't apply, let it fly. I always like to say that. Okay, let's continue.
Number 5. Don't pick the vacation spot. And itinerary for him, coordinate. And ensure his input and approval of vacation dates, time, and location. And number 6, don't get your big mouth and know it all friends. Involve in your private disputes, arguments, and disagreements.
Okay. So I'm going to need you to, you said, don't yap your big mouth. Like, just be quiet. Now, I will say this as, women who I've listened to, older married women that I've listened to who've been married for decades, who, counsel me or I ask for advice. One of the main things that I hear as far as recommendations they give me is just like really knowing when to be quiet. Literally knowing when to be quiet and knowing when to just keep your words to yourself or address it later or address it in another way. But like, you don't want to get into nagging because that can definitely create problems.
Yes. Ruin. It can create ruin.
You said create ruin, not just problems. It can create ruin. Now I have to ask you, because this is something that I've heard. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but I mean, generally, just Asian women in general have the reputation of being very submissive. I've heard some Asian women actually say that they are very submissive and, they'll do all these things, especially in public, but sometimes behind closed doors, they may be a little bit more vocal. So is there a way that you treat maybe a husband or a man in public that is a little different than how you're treating him in private?
No, it's the same. But there are some Filipino women, it's depend of the attitude of the woman. Because even we are just finished only high school, but we think like, okay, we respect people. I mean, especially our companions. So we don't shout or yelling our companion outside. We wait until we come back home and then saying, but not yelling. But there are some Filipino people are like that. They are yelling their companion outside. I mean, in the public, but there are some, not all Filipino are like that. So they go to their private place or their house and then talk.
Okay. So you're saying in general, I guess a Filipino woman, is more traditionally minded. They're not. Most of them aren't going to be mouthing off or yelling at him in public, in front of friends, in front of. Yes.
Not in front of friends, but there are some Filipino are like that, yelling in front of friends. But here, if we are an upset, like what they said, tampu, if we are an upset, we don't say anything. We just keep quiet, and then when we will back home, it was the time that to have a conversation. And then,
Yeah.
no, I don't like what you did, you must change that, or you must change that. But mostly there are some Filipino people, if they are arguing, they are sending letter to each other, not opened mouth or something. They just returning or exchanging letter. There are some Filipino people are like that, but mostly we don't yell or get angry to our companion in public, because we don't like that. And then we respect towards other people and companion.
Okay. Okay. Very, very interesting. Okay, so let's continue. I think we're almost done. We have 3
Number
minutes.
7. Buy and wear alluring. An eye-catching lingerie after shower and to the bedroom. And number 8, have a weekly date night with appropriate drinks, atmosphere, and environment. Number 9, say yes when you really want to say no, when he seeks or wants affection, intimacy, or romance. And number 10,
So that right real quick. I agree with that. I agree that, sometimes it may be not always be in the mood, or you may not always want to be affectionate, but to be available, I think is really, really, really important. Now that may be considered out here in the West, that may be considered, what's the term we hear? Pick me. That'd be considered bad or negative. You are disrespecting yourself as a woman if you do that. So help me understand, like, why, in your opinion, is it not disrespectful to you as a woman to be available to your man when he wants to be affectionate?
No, it's not disrespectful, because, as a Filipino woman, we want our companion happy and satisfied. Because here, there are some attitude of Filipino men that if their companion doesn't available, and then if the guy wanted, and then the Filipino woman said, so the Filipino guy think that their companion has an affair to other. It's the same thinking also to a woman to their husband. So as for us, even we are tired, or even we don't feel well, but as long as our companion wanted, so we give it, because we want to satisfy them and want them to happy.
So it sounds like an important value of Filipino women is to ensure that their man is happy, that their husband is
Yes.
happy, and that there is joy in fulfilling that role.
Mm.
Do Filipino
Yes.
women see themselves as partners or as equal to men in relationships?
Equal to men, equal to relationship with men. So here we treat everything equal.
Okay. And when you say equal, so is that, you guys are going out on a date and you're paying sometimes and he's paying sometimes? Or when you guys get home, he's doing the dishes one night, you're doing the dishes one night. What do you mean when you say that you treat each other equal?
Yeah, because there are some companions saying that, okay, I'm gonna help you for the house working. So
Uh-huh.
if our companion, yeah, there are some companion are like that. So they help their partner working home, and then if the husband, I mean, if the wife cooks, so the partner must wash the plate, or make the laundry, or rinse the laundry. So there are some couple that they make laundry together. So the wife made the laundry, and then the husband rinse and hang it. We are here. We have the same situation that here to equal. But mostly Filipino women are doing everything, and then their companion do nothing.
And you say doing everything like in the house, as far as maintaining the house, keeping it clean,
Yes.
cooking.
Housekeeping, and then taking care of the children, and then cleaning the house, laundry, ironing, everything.
Okay.
Housework.
Okay. And then is it, generally men, they'll go out and make money and work. and then when they come back home, they're relaxing, or
Yes, they will just only relax because we understand that they work so hard and then they are tired of the work, so it's their time to relax.
okay. Now, curious as far as child rearing, whether it's let's say you have multiple kids, is the man, is he helping maybe to change diapers, or is he helping to feed the kids or the babies, or is that also would that also be the role generally of the woman?
No, it's there are some there are some men doing that. So if they
Mhm.
say that if they realize that their companion take good care of the children the whole day, and then so when the child or the baby wake up for to feed or give milk, so it was the husband who did it. But mostly there are some husband doing that, change diaper, taking a bath for the baby, and then give food to the baby, to the children. But mostly it's if we have a baby, we do our best to wake up, or we spend time, or we prefer time when, so that we will hear when the baby crying during in the middle of the night. And then especially to our companion also, if our companion feel hungry, so and then we hear that he making noise in the kitchen, and then he prefer food for him, so we get up and prepare food for him. So we're gonna say, "Stop! I'm gonna cook." Even, and the next time we will tell to our companion, the next time when you will feel hungry, you can wake me up, and then I will do it.
Okay. Okay. So it sounds like there's a little bit of flexibility there depending upon the
Yes.
situation. But
Mm.
yeah, I mean, generally, it sounds like there is a expectation, a willingness, that women will generally handle what's happening at home,
Yes.
and that it's not really seen as bad or negative or oppressive to do that. Okay, no, that makes sense. Okay, so it looks like we're almost done with your pointers for Western women.
Look his favorite meal on a weekly basis, always improving it gradually. Number 11, talk to his parents, especially his mom, and learn his likes, dislikes, habits, and expectation, and apply to the relationship. Number
Okay, I just have to say that I think that that is absolutely great advice. Absolutely. I mean, is there's no better person who's going to understand your husband probably better than you know the mother of that man. So ideally, if you could garner a healthy relationship and maybe even learn some recipes, learn some
Yes.
dishes that are really important to him, that feel like home to him, take notes, cook with her. I think that's great advice that anybody should do, especially if they're really wanting to make sure that their husband feels, it feels happy and cared for. So I have, like I said, I have nothing negative to say. All I can say is I agree. Okay, real quick. Okay, we're almost done. I just wanted to add that point really quick. Again, guys, if you're on here, hit the like button, like, share, subscribe, show support to the show. Cash App, Venmo, Share, as always. The best way to ensure that your comment is read is through Super Chat. Also, I did want to acknowledge, I did see 2 Cash Apps come through that I want to acknowledge. It was Hakeem with the 5. Thank you so much, Hakeem. You are such a loyal supporter. And then also I saw, where'd you go? Oops, where'd the activity go? Okay. Sorry guys. My phone's acting all creepy now. No, what are you doing? Okay, and then the professional 238 with the 10. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And again, Maurice, I thank you for the 20 the day prior. I saw that. And also I think, Troy, I saw something for the 5 came through on Saturday. Thank you so much for that also. Appreciate it. Okay, almost done.
Number 12, do a weekly self-assessment of yourself, the relationship, and its weakness and strength, and make change where required. And
Okay, help me. When you say a weekly, you said do a weekly assessment of yourself. Help me understand what that would look like. Is it you're talking to your husband or the man and you're saying, hey, what could I do better? Or what did you like? Do you have a list that you're looking through every single day? What does a weekly assessment of yourself look like to you?
Okay, for me, in my opinion, weekly assessment is just like you have a look or more look backward if you do something wrong, because you can realize as a woman, you can realize also that no, what I did before is not right, so I will not do it again. Better that I change, and then make also conversation with your companion that do I make bad, or do I make something wrong?
Okay. Okay. No, I think
Yeah,
that's
because
great. Mhm.
yeah, because here we have often conversation to our companion, and then especially we don't decide or make decision without not discussing to our companion. We cannot do decision on our own. We must um ask his permission and then speak if it's okay. Did I do good or something? Can I make this? Can I make that? So we cannot decide in our own. And then better that you have weekly assessment so that you will know the mistake that you did on the past, or the weekly, because I think every week you can do not good things, so better to learn and forward, and then thinking that okay, I did bad on that week, so I must change that.
Yeah, no, I think I think that's just good. That's just a good habit to have in general, about yourself, is constantly taking inventory, but especially in relationships. So you don't get lazy, because I think sometimes they can even start, a relationship off sweet, or it can be nice. And then, people start to get kind of lazy or comfortable, and they let themselves
Yes.
go and all that kind of different stuff. I also liked your advice of weekly dates. I think that's ideal if you can do it. Now, I know there's some, when you have kids who are really young, sometimes it's hard to do it that frequently, but just making a conscious effort to connect, right? And then also making sure that you are consistently working in a relationship, I think that's great advice. What's funny, listening to the feedback that you've given to Western women, it's like, I completely agree with it. This is probably why I'm called all kinds of pick-me's. But I agree with it. I don't really see anything wrong with it.
Yes, and then here in the Philippines, mostly Filipino people, even friends, family, relatives, we have weekly bonding, especially Sunday, going to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
family going to the church, or their family going to the park for to bring their children to the park so that they can play, and then the couple watching their children playing. So here in the Philippines, we have weekly family bonding every Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that may actually. I think I told you on my other interview. One of my childhood friends was Filipina, and so she invited me to some of her her birthday parties and things, and it was like every week I noticed that she always had family members over, and she lives in the States. She lives in California. But I remember there was constantly cousins over. She was hanging out with cousins, extended family. Even today, all of her family goes to like a particular church. So it's funny that even that culture in America, that those traditions are still continuing. That's great. Okay, so I think we have we're almost there. We have like just a minute or so left on this one.
number 13, always be flexible, adaptable, family-oriented, and personable. Number 14, don't wear clothes or attire that he has cautioned you against wearing and detracts from your sexuality. Hopefully, the advice will be considered and adhered to, thereby slowing the passport brothers' mass exodus and keeping the relationship intact.
So I have to say, first of all, shout out to you for putting these women up on game, because literally you didn't have to offer any advice. You know, you guys were getting insults. You could have just kept quiet. You could have just given insults back and kept on taking them in and living, you know, your merry life. But you actually gave feedback on ways that Western women could actually improve their experiences with men. And so shout out to you to doing that, because like I said, you didn't have to do that. Now, whether or not these women are going to listen is a whole nother conversation. I think there may be a handful who will, but you know, like I said, the main ones who are complaining, from what I've observed, don't intend to listen and don't really intend to try to learn at all, because they maybe are hard-headed or just, I don't know. I don't know. But again, shout out to you for that. And like I said, I agree. I think those are overall great tips. Ultimately, being a nice person, being a nice woman, and finding joy in actually serving your husband, and that'll make your relationship probably a lot better. And serving your husband does not mean that you are a slave. You know, cooking, helping to maintain the home, trying to make sure you look nice or look presentable, that doesn't mean that you're a slave. You find joy in making sure that the person that you love is happy to be around you.
Yes, and here it's our traditional. We learned that since our grandparents, because I grew up in a traditional family, and then I saw how my grandmother treat to my grandfather. Even even when our companion getting sick, so we serve until the end of their life.
Until the
They're
end
always
of their life. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. And I mean, truthfully, again, when it's a joy, when it's something that you're doing and you're grateful to do it, it's somebody that you love, you know, you guys have a good connection. Like, it's not, for example, I love to cook. I love cooking. So it's not a big deal for me to make food for my husband and serve it to him. I'm like, I find joy in doing that. And I think that's what I love listening about your different advice, that many of this stuff was like, it was something that you were happy to do. It was something that you enjoyed doing. It wasn't seen as a burden, and wasn't seen as oppressive, or wasn't seen as bad. And I think I probably already know the answer to this, but do Filipinas generally have an issue with the concept of submission, with the idea of submission? Or would you say that is seen as natural? It's a natural thing for a woman to do in a relationship.
Okay, here it's natural. It's natural here, and then we don't. There are some Filipina don't think that about submissive, because we are happy to doing, and then it's our culture.
Yes. Okay. Now, have you seen any influence of feminism, or do you see Filipina feminists who are like, we don't like this traditional framework, or is that not really an issue so much in the Philippines?
Okay, here mostly I saw it in the young generation. Okay, in the young generation, yeah, okay. And the young generation mostly they don't believe the history or culture or tradition in the Philippines, because mostly there are some teenagers saying that no, we are now in a new generation, we are now in millennials, so old tradition is gone. But there are some young Filipina women thinking like that, but mostly some women are thinking traditional way. But mostly it happened in young Filipinas. So when they have their companion, they let their companion alone at home, taking care of their children, but they spend time together with their friends, hang out, going to disco. It still happened here. It exists. There are some, but it happened in a young teenager. I mean, new generation woman, new generation Filipina woman.
Okay, so you're saying that there is a group of young Filipinas who are being influenced by that more modern feminist mindset. Would you say that they're getting a lot of pushback from maybe other younger Filipino women, or that kind of lifestyle or that kind of mindset is widely accepted among the younger generation?
No, here it's there are some Filipino people doesn't accept that new generation for younger because it's not our culture.
Okay.
But for us now, yeah, they face there are some people face the reality that no, maybe it's her attitude, and then maybe she grew in that kind of family. Maybe her parents didn't
Okay.
teach her how to become a traditional woman. So here it's we face the reality because people doesn't care, but at the same time there are some people saying that okay, maybe that woman regret at the end because her husband will leave her. So and then it happened, the husband left that woman who
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
there
yeah,
are
yeah.
some,
Who
yeah,
wasn't
it
acting right.
happened also. Yes, it
Okay.
happened, it happened also here that because there are some Filipino men who are very kind, nice. So it's okay to them. They let their companion or they let their wife, younger wife, going to the disco and then go to party or something. But if at the end of the limit, so the husband can say, okay, it's over. I cannot handle it. I cannot support it anymore. So better that we break up or we leave to each other. So the husband leave because there are it happened that here also.
Mm. Okay. Okay. Well,
But mostly the traditional, I mean, mostly the young teenager now here, modern teenager, didn't think our traditional culture.
okay. So you're saying mostly there's as long as if you embrace your own traditional culture, then there's always going to be pushback to that kind of modern way of looking at things because it goes against the way you guys do things. It goes against your traditions. It goes against who you guys are. So that makes sense. No, that makes a lot
Yes,
of sense.
yes, and then if the parents know of what their children doing, so there are some people give them advice that no, you don't do that because it's not our culture, and then you must take good care of your husband, and then stop going to spend time together with your friends because your life now is changed. You are
Yeah.
different. You are not single anymore. You have family, so you must focus on your family. Just take good care of your family. So there are some relatives or family give advice if there are member of the family are like that.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Again, instilling,
Yes.
really, just family values, just stuff to me that just seems like it should be basic, but it
Yeah,
is
because
not.
yeah, here, mom, in our island, we have a close family friends. So it's our neighbor and then close family friends, but we treat her like a mom or our second mom or third mom. And you know that when she will see us wearing very short pants or very sexy clothes, she got angry on us. And
Okay.
then there was a time that I went to an island and then she saw me wearing very short pants. She called me, Sharon, do you think that what you wear is okay? No, it's not okay. Just go back to your house and change what you wear.
Look, I had a
Yes.
grandma who was the same way, but I
Mm.
know today's grandmas are wearing the same thing. They're going out wearing mini skirts and the breasts hanging out, and I can't say I fully understand it, but I'm like, yeah, bring back old school grandmas who would put you in
Mm.
place. Um, now, I think there's a couple of the things that I wanted to ask you. So, okay, so you mentioned in your previous videos, you mentioned there being like the exodus, right? It was called, I think, like the mass exodus of the passport bros coming to the Philippines. Um, what I mean, are you seeing primarily black foreign men come over to the Philippines, or are you seeing a variety of different races, maybe white men, Asian men, or I mean, yeah, other Asian men or Hispanic men, or I'm just curious, like if you're seeing a variety of different men coming from America who are sharing the same complaints, or if it's primarily black men that you've noticed who are coming to the Philippines.
Excuse me, could you repeat, mom?
No, it's okay. As far as the men that you were noticing that are coming to the Philippines from other countries, would you say that they're primarily black men, or are you seeing men of different races, of different ethnicities coming to the Philippines?
No, it's different ethnicity here.
Okay.
There are white, black, and then Korean, Japanese, Taiwanese. Yeah, they come over here in the Philippines. And mostly I saw here in Lapu-Lapu, I saw more foreigner here in Lapu-Lapu with Filipina girlfriend or companion. I saw it mostly here.
You said you saw mostly foreign men with
Yes.
okay. So, and would you say that foreign men are generally seen as more valuable amongst Filipino women or more desirable amongst Filipino women?
There are some Filipino women desirable on that, but some are not. So
Okay.
not all the Filipina desirable of foreign men. And then here also I mean I saw quite a lot. I saw some black men also come over here in the Philippines, especially here in Lapu-Lapu. I saw different.
Okay. Okay. So you're saying for some women, foreign men, it's not like a big deal, and for some, it is like desirable to have
Yes.
a foreign
Mm,
man.
yes.
What would you say the general perception of Black American men coming abroad or going to the Philippines is? I don't know. Is it that they're coming to look for wives? Is it that they're coming to settle down? Like, what's the general conception that Filipinos have of Black American men going to the Philippines?
Okay, here for have a black.
It sounds like you cut out. Okay, it looks like she cut out for a second. I know we had some connection issues previously, so bear with me. In the meantime, guys, like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat, support your favorite content creators. Y'all know the drill. Also Cash App, Venmos where you can find me. And then as always, if you want to make sure that your comment is actually read, the best way to ensure that is through super chats. I also try to make sure I highlight all my members who are loyal supporters of this channel. I try to make sure I always get their comments up. So we'll wait a few more moments for her to come back. But I think this has been really interesting so far. As I mentioned, I had to give her a special shout out because looks like she dropped off. She'll probably be back in a second. I had to give her a special shout out for actually putting Western women up on game on the different ways that they could actually keep men out here happy. Black ladies take notes, other women take notes, because at the end of the day, it's like we can bicker and complain all we want to, but if men are finding better options abroad, they're finding better options abroad. And if you actually want to be with somebody, if you want to settle down, then I think it's important to understand what they like. So some of her feedback, it could be considered as offensive, but this is what she's hearing. These are the different complaints that she's hearing from men who are going to the Philippines or going to just different nations in general to try to find a sense of reprieve, to try to find a bit of consolation, if you will. So I like to say, take notes. She literally gave you guys the playbook. Okay. She literally gave you the playbook on, look, this is how you guys can be winning so that your men don't be running over here just to get, basic treatment. So shout out to her for doing it. Yes, Demetrius, good question. The next members only live. I was planning on setting that up this week. So thank you for letting me know. I'll post something on the community tab for the members and try to find a day that works. Because I was thinking that I do need to do a members only live. It's been a little bit. I want to touch base with you guys, all that jazz. So I'm gonna wait a few more minutes. It says offensive but effective. Yes, I agree. Sometimes truth is just offensive. Sometimes there's really no way to say. There's really no nice way to say you are hard to deal with, or you have a horrible attitude, or I don't there's certain things that are just hard to hear. God forbid somebody, I don't know, is diagnosed with cancer. There's not a nice way to say that you're diagnosed with something serious. You know what I mean? So there are certain truths where it's it's just hard. It just is what it is. You have to, swallow it. But if you can accept it, then the good news is that then you can start to have maybe come together with a game plan, or put together some idea on how to address it and how to do better. Okay.
My connection.
All right, you're back.
Sorry. So
it's okay.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Here about
Oh, so yeah, you were
Okay,
explaining.
about
You were
Black
explaining.
American. Mm,
Mhm.
Okay. Black American here are considered manly and accept here in the Philippines, and it's all about preference, not prejudice. And we don't we don't discriminate here in the Philippines. All people are welcome here in the Philippines, and we are family. We treat them family.
Okay. So you would say that Black American men who are looking to go to the Philippines will find acceptance, and there will be people out there who will be open-minded, and
Yes.
you guys have a family-centered culture, so they'll be treated like family.
Yes.
Okay. Question: Are Filipino men looking for Western women? Are they looking for American women to come abroad? And
Yeah, there are some Filipino men who want to be a Western woman, but mostly it happened when a Filipino man working abroad, because no so much Western woman come over here in the Philippines for yeah. So but I saw some Filipino men who are married with a Western woman.
okay, so you said you know a few men who are married to Western women, that and mostly that happen from men who maybe went abroad for work,
Yes.
for different career opportunities, and happen to fall in
Mhm.
love. Yeah, like I said,
Yes.
it's not a complete desert out here in the West. I know sometimes online it can feel like it, but there are still women out here who have common sense. I just know that
Yes.
for some guys just think that squeeze ain't worth the juice, right? Like it's just too
Mhm.
hard, and they're like, I just rather go in a place where I don't have to try to decipher through all these hundreds of hundreds to get one. And then look, and I can understand that. I'm not one to try to police how a man thinks is going to be the best for him to try to find someone that works for him.
Yes,
Um,
and ma'am, there are some Black women now here going to school, especially college, and I saw also people from Afghanistan, or I don't know how's their culture. They come over here for to go to university.
okay, so you're saying you do have some Black women over there for school, for university.
Yes.
Now, I
Mhm.
think I asked this to you in your previous channel, but just so I can kind of bring the audience up to speed, there was a video that went viral a couple of months back. It was a Filipina woman. Again, it wasn't Filipina, it was another one on TikTok, and she was actually talking about the passport bros, and she had made the observation that generally Filipino men prefer lighter skinned women, and she basically was talking about colorism, and she's like, I hate to say it, but generally there's a preference for lighter skin, at least as far as the women are concerned. Would you say that that is true, that generally Filipino men are more attracted to lighter skin, or just lighter Filipinas, lighter skin women in general? Or would you say that that assumption is false? Okay, looks like we're hitting another connection issue. We're almost done with this interview, folks. She'll be back in a moment. What's going on? She's so lucky. What is going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. I think there was another. Let me see. Oh, only the best. Thank you for only the best for the two. It says Black women not ready for exodus of upwardly mobile men. Well, at a certain point, even if you're not ready, you have to get ready. I mean, if it's happening, it's happening. You can't necessarily reverse the time. So that's why I say the best way to try to prepare for the way that the world is going in general. Let's just be honest. The world is becoming more globalized, not just the dating market. I mean, the working market, the economy, so many things are becoming more globalized. The best way, I think, to prepare is just to be competitive. At the end of the day, it's just to be competitive, take notes. She literally laid out the game plan for you, ladies, on different ways that you could, make yourself desirable or help to basically connect with a man, in a way that makes him feel loved and appreciated. So she gave you some tips. I agree with almost all, if not all of her tips. I think she made some great feedback. But yeah, just be competitive. That's really, I think, the best way to manage the inevitable change. Okay, you're back. Okay, yeah. So
Okay, about okay, but the light skin color here in the Philippines. Um, hello.
yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you now. Yes, I was asking about whether or not this was a video that
Okay,
went
here
viral.
in the Philippines. Okay,
Uh-oh.
okay. Here in the Philippines, there are some Filipino guy who prefer lighter skin, and then there are some prefer brown skin. So not in general, Filipino men want a lighter skin. It's because of the Filipino woman. Because mostly in general, Filipino woman wants their skin to be in lighter, and
Mm.
then they use whitening soup, whitening lotion, and then some of the Filipino women go to a clinic for to put glutathione injection or glutathione capsule to take for their skin to become lighter. So it's a Filipino woman. I mean, not all, but some of or most of the Filipino woman wants their skin to be in lighter. And then there are some Filipino guy also want a lighter skin, and then some are not. So, but not
Okay.
in general.
Okay. So you're saying in general that it's more women who feel the pressure to want
Yes.
to have lighter skin. It's generally more
Mm,
women, and then that influences the men. That may influence their preferences.
yes.
Those mothers may have women doing that may have sons who have preference for lighter. So that does exist, but it's not all Filipino men. There are obviously some Filipino men who also are open to
And no,
browner skin.
no.
Okay, interesting. I mean, look, that's a whole other can of worms. The whole topic of colorism. I mean, that's will always be a hot topic. But I saw that video and I thought it was really interesting. So I do appreciate you giving your feedback. Yes, he sounds like Jamaica. Yeah,
Yeah,
honestly,
that's
anyone.
why. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, that's why there are some Filipino people doesn't understand the mindset of other Filipino women, because the Western woman would like to come here to the Philippines or Asian country for their skin to have brown, or the skin for to have like us. But for Filipino people, they want the skin of the Western woman, and then the Western woman want the skin of the Filipino people or Asian people. So there are some Filipino people saying that I don't understand the mindset of other Filipina, why they want their skin to be lighter. They are not contented the skin that they have. And then so for now, there are some Filipina want a surgery, like to change their nose, or to
Okay.
make a botox, or yeah, pussy lips.
Yeah, yeah, you have that out. Well, and I first of all, I love talking to you because I love learning about different cultures and seeing how, just how femininity is, and the joy that you have and raising a family, family values. I think that's very powerful. And there are also, to me, there are always these
Yes.
reminders that at the end of the day, women too are just women. And it doesn't matter what culture that they're in, it doesn't matter where they go, that there's just certain aspects of women or femininity that are always going to be subject to these different trends. Sometimes are going to be impacted
Yes.
by these different trends. You have all kinds of people over here having BBL surgeries and breast implants and nose jobs and all kind of different stuff. It may not be to the same level in the Philippines, but that pressure exists out here too. But I think most men, if I,
Yes.
granted, I don't want to woman-splain if that's a thing, but I would imagine that most men would be more willing to deal with a woman that's going to be cooperative, submissive, who actually likes being a family woman, likes having traditional values. They'd rather deal with that, you know what I mean, kind of woman, even if she has the different issues of plastic surgery, versus a woman who has all the plastic surgery stuff and is combative and doesn't want to submit and sees cooking as oppressive and sees cleaning as oppressive. Like, they're like, no, I'm going to go for this traditional
Yes.
woman over here. So that makes so much sense. Also, shout out to you, Ash, for the 100, the very, very, very generous super chat. Thank you so much. I really
And you know, mom, I had a friend of mine who is a Filipina when she was with relationship with a foreigner guy, and then the foreigner wants a big boobs. So the foreigner
okay.
wants a big boob because she has a little boobs. Okay, she has a little boobs. So the foreigner wants a big boobs, and then the foreigner asks her, "Would you want to have an implant or breast surgery?" And then she said, "Yeah," because she is like an ambitious woman. So
Mm,
yeah, she wants that she wants to feel sexy or something. But
yeah.
you know that when the foreigner want to have her big boobs, she agree. She
Okay.
agreed it, but she didn't realize what will be the consequences
No
or the side
consequences of
effect.
it.
So
Mm,
yeah, consequences. And then mostly the family sickness of her family, especially her mom or her ancient, is breast cancer. So he didn't she didn't realize it, but as
wow.
long as the foreigner wanted, so she made an implant boobs operation. And
Wow.
after that, after I think 1 month or 3 months, the surgery, or 6 months, the foreigner left her because the foreigner find another Filipina woman.
Ooh, that's deep. Wow, that's crazy. Well,
Yes.
maybe it's I'm not a big I'm personally I'm not a big fan of the body modification, but I think, like, look, if you're in a marriage relationship with somebody, and after a few kids or things start sagging, you want to have a little bit of work done to feel better about yourself. Your husband wants you to have work done. I don't see anything wrong with it, but I think it's a lot better to do that after you've already been married, you're already with your person, and you guys both agree that you want to take that route. But yeah, doing that just to, whether it's to get followers on Instagram or just for a boyfriend that may kind of walk away, I don't think that's a good idea at all. Real quick, I did want to read what
Yeah, and you
Ash.
know, when my husband was still alive,
Uh-huh.
he made a test on me, and then he told to me, Sharon, if I give you if I ask you to change your body, what part of your body would like to have an operation? And then I said
Okay.
to him, no. Okay, I said, no, I don't need an operation. I am contented of what God created me. I
Right,
love my
right,
body, so I don't need an operation. I am contented. And then even my nose, no, it's okay. I'm fine with it.
right.
No operation.
No, that's great. Like I said, again, I'm always
Yeah.
partial for the natural way of things, just because there's less complications, and it's like, look, God didn't make no mistakes. But I understand certain people have do what they're gonna do. It's a big industry. At the end of the day, it's not going anywhere. Okay, so I didn't want to read the super chat. Sharon, it says Sharon Lapu. Is that how you say it? I hope I didn't butcher it. I'm so sorry if I did. This is basically embodies the
Yeah,
virtues of a
lapu-lapu.
Okay. So she basically embodies the virtues of a Proverbs 31:10-31 woman. These types of women are at last art of womanhood in America, especially amongst Black women due to feminism. Eligible Black men, get your passport if you seek a more tradition feminine woman for marriage. Again, thank you so much for that generous donation. And yeah, I agree. I All I can say is I agree. I know there are certain men at the end of the day who they're going to stay in the States. They don't really desire to go abroad, and they may remain single, or they may do the hard work of sifting through the riffraff and find women that work for them. But there's also many men who are going to go abroad to cultures where women are just naturally more traditional. And I see nothing wrong with that. I think women who want to be competitive, and women who maybe are out here in the West but want different results, or are just interested on doing things that are not in line with this mainstream culture, should take notes, tune in with these kinds of conversations, and yeah, and do things different. That's the way I look at it. Be competitive. So Sharon, this has been a great conversation. I do want to be mindful of your time. I don't know if maybe there's other, if you have maybe any other advice or things that you would like to mention to the audience, or anything that you would like to share before I wrap these things up.
Okay, what I'm gonna share is I would like to say to all Western men who searching an Asian companion or especially Filipina, that you must be very careful, even if you are in the dating website, but make it sure that you will be in the right Filipina, because not all the Filipina are serious on you. And then even if they are searching in person, so you must be very careful, just getting to know each other more time, getting to know her family, and then um make friendship first for a long time, and then getting to know more a long time before you decide to get married to a Filipina, because too late it will not be the end. I mean, yeah, regret it will be in the end, not on the first. And then for the foreign woman, just be open minded and take good care of your companion. And then I know that we are coming from, I mean, we are in different ethnicity women, but please don't go on YouTube or any social media trying to demoralize your man or shame your man, and then be a good. And then don't say also that if you are in arguing, don't say that, okay, I don't need you anymore, just go and enjoy to other country flirting some woman, because in reality it's you who are suffering, because I mean, the reality of their outre and emotional uproar, if they were go on YouTube and social media, is a big and plea for forgiveness and help. So their shortcoming and demand for equality and independence and non-traditional values have ruined the relationship, and recovery is impossible, because that's the bad attitude it can ruin your relationship. Especially
Mm.
if you have problem, don't go on social media, because social media cannot give help to you.
Yeah.
It's only your, yeah, it's only yourself who can help to solve your problem or solve your relationship. So no, stop to be in social media, and then try to conversation privately, and then no talking to friends, or not involved, don't involve your friends on your relationship problem. And then
Oh yeah.
yeah, because when Western women become so independent and non-traditional, their men will pack their bags or clothes and fly here in the Philippines, or fly in Asian country for to find a true love, companionship, serenity, tranquility, happiness, and family based on traditional values and respect. Because the more you don't treat your companion good, you push your man too far away from you, and then most of your man will come over here in the Philippines. So, and then please stop hating Filipina, because Filipina or Asian woman doesn't do anything to you. We just only have our culture as a traditional, and then we just only welcome your man over here. I mean, your man who want to come over here in the Philippines for to find true love, and then true companionship, and then a woman who are traditional, and then understand them, take care of them, and then treat them like an equal. So please stop hating, because Filipina woman doesn't do anything bad to you. And for the education, please stop saying that Filipina are uneducated or not to have education, because our parents do our best for to send us in school, because here in the Philippines, school are very important. Even our family or our parents work so hard for us to be finish our, even for high school or college. So even we are poor, but our parents do our best for us to be finish our school. Or yes, because like mostly even Filipino people are not finished in university, but even we are high school, we are just only finished high school, but we think in a professional way, because education it's just, yeah, when we finish college, it's just only a title. But the main reason is how to treat people, how to respect people, and then you must be humble. That's the very good education. Because title, I mean, college or university diploma is just only a title. But the very good title is how to treat people, you respect people, you are honest, and then you have faith from God. That's all.
You know what? I could not agree more. Education is good and it serves a purpose, but it doesn't trump having good relationship skills, having healthy relationships with yourself, with your family, and ultimately with God. Could not agree more. So thank you so much for coming on. You are welcome here anytime. You guys be sure to check out her channel. She has some really good stuff there, some other collaborations with other passport bros. If you want to learn more about just the culture, the passport bro movement, and or if there's ladies out there who maybe want to learn about femininity from other cultures and compare that with what's going on out here. So anyways, this was a fun conversation. Thank you again, Sharon, for being here, for sharing your perspective, for giving your advice. And yeah, I guess have a good day. I think it's day out where you're at right now, right? In the Philippines? It's daytime?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Well, you have a good one. Guys, again, be sure to go over, like, share, subscribe to her channel, binge watch her content. And yeah, let's definitely stay in contact.
Yes, ma'am. And then you are welcome here in the Philippines. If you would like to come over here in the Philippines, just let me know, and then I will be your tourist guide. Even here in Lapu-Lapu, I will show you some places where are very interesting, like beaches, and then people who are staying or sleeping in the street, in the Colon Street. Mostly in the Colon Street, there are some family eating in the street. And thank you also for having on your channel, and please subscribe my channel, and subscribe also Mom channel.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I'll have to see if I can convince my husband to make a little vacay out there. If so, I'll let you know. You can be our tour guide. All right. Well, you have a great day. And yeah, we'll definitely stay in contact.
Thank you.
All right, you take care.
Okay, yes. Okay, take care. God bless.
All right, guys. So there you have it. As I mentioned before, like, share, subscribe. Pass this on to anyone that you think may find it interesting. And ultimately, ladies, take notes. Take notes. She gave, I think, some pretty good advice on why some of us are having relationship issues out here, or on just particular different things that we can do as women to be able to connect with our husbands more, the men in our life more. A lot of times it's just basic stuff, treating them with respect, knowing when to speak, knowing when not to speak, finding joy in doing different things, serving. One of the things I loved about this entire conversation is just how much joy was found in just serving and actually being a helpmeet and being a wife and, being a companion. And I think that's a beautiful thing. So if you have that heart, if you have that desire, definitely take notes. And as I mentioned before, you will stand out like a sore thumb in this Tatiana 304 culture where people are promoting sleeping around and doing things all by themselves and being individual and being combative. You will stand out like a sore thumb if you decide to take an alternative route. So it was really fun to listen to her. I love learning about other cultures. As I mentioned, go check out her channel, like, share, subscribe. And guys, stay tuned for other upcoming material. Be sure to hit the notification bell so you're notified each time I go live. I do have another interview coming up on Thursday I'm really excited about. I've been posting little snippets of the book on my community tab, but I'm going to be having both of the sociologists who wrote that book about online dating later on this week on Thursday. So that should be fun. You'll also be taking notes. That should be a little bit more of a educational format. Like I said, they're going to be talking some data. If you guys are big on data, if you like the facts, if you like statistics, all that, this will be the live for you. Again, 2 PhD sociologists coming on and talking about what is happening in the dating market today, especially in the online space. So that should be fun. tune into that. It's going to be happening this Thursday, I think at like 11, I want to say, Pacific Standard Time. But yeah, that should be fun. So anyways, guys, this was good. This was fun. Like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. And stay tuned for other upcoming content. Okay, guys, thanks for hanging out. Bye.